Right. Hello, everyone, and welcome to FinTech Minutes Take. Today, with me is a very special guest, and we'll be unveiling a lot about one of Hong Kong's most important events in the calendar, and definitely the most important event in the calendar for FinTech. With me today is Anthony Saar, who is the CEO and founder of Finnovasia. A little known fact for everybody: my break in FinTech, as it were, was given by Anton. All the way back in 2015 when I volunteered for the first Finnovasia before they started running the FinTech Weeks as well. And from there, from listening to speakers and tweeting to actually getting my first job while tweeting, I got the call from my first employer in Hong Kong then and there. It's been very fortunate. I launched FT Slingshot last year at Hong Kong FinTech Week. And so the Hong Kong FinTech Week has been a great platform, not just for engaging with startups and corporates, but it's also been a great platform for companies to showcase themselves and innovation that you don't hear about in the rest of the world, showcasing the best of Hong Kong and Greater China. So welcome, Anton. Lovely to have you here.
Thanks, Moshe. And yes, indeed, I think it was one of the early days of Innovation back 5 years ago when you were helping us out with a small event, which was around 300 people. And then together with the government, we managed to grow the Hong Kong FinTech Week. So it's 12,000 people last year, and we expect way bigger numbers this year joining the event. I must say that these people not just finding job opportunities or making deals. I like the most the story of the couple who actually met at the FinTech Week during the networking, and they got married. So it's in connecting people in many ways.
And building your journey for the rest of your life, transforming not just tech, but your whole life. So, look, this year I'm very excited. I think we have a great showcase that I've seen so far as a teaser, but for our audience, want to do the big reveal. I know we have a few big names that are lined up. So how about you tell us a little bit more about what are the major tracks this year that you're focusing on to showcase FinTech for the globe?
Yeah, so I'm going to share some of the things that we haven't yet announced and probably would be among the first ones to hear. So of course, the first thing is that we're going fully virtual this year. Obviously, there's no big events can take place anywhere in the world. So we're taking advantage of being digital, and we provide this opportunity, the rare opportunity for people across the world to actually join the FinTech Week in Hong Kong, which would normally not be able to travel here. So that would be from 2nd to 6th of November. This is the 5th year of Hong Kong FinTech Week. And the entire week will be fully packed with events. So the start of the day, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, we'll have a main conference, which is absolutely packed with content throughout 5 simultaneous live broadcasting channels. So you would have choice of switching from one talk to another across different verticals. We cover probably the most possible angles, how you look at the fintech industry within China, Hong Kong, mainland China and Hong Kong, and also Asia globally. So we expect around over 100 hours of content, and with over 350 speakers joining this year. So that would be 3 channels that will be working, broadcasting simultaneously, a very fast-paced content. And then we have one dedicated channel more on the educational side with more deep dive topics and deep diving into the tech in the form of workshop and master classes. And another channel in parallel would be streaming nonstop demos, very short 5-minute demos of the most innovative companies, startups, products, apps, whatever you might be interested within fintech space.
So so it's very exciting, multiple tracks, hundreds of hours, I may just sit and learn about fintech just watching that for the rest of the week, right? What are the key speakers that are coming, and who are these thought leaders that are going to, tell these people, everybody in the delegation about fintech? Who are you inviting?
Well, I must say we leverage on the fact that it's a digital event, so we have much more flexibility, and with the help of also government and regulators, we managed to really build so far the best ever lineup for this year's Hong Kong FinTech Week. There, as I said, so there's 350 speakers coming from almost 40 countries are joining the event this year. But among the most exciting ones I might mention, of course, the governor of Public Bank of China would be joining the event for the first time this year. Of course, the topics of central banks going into digital space, the CBDC, the digital yuan is extremely exciting topic. So I would recommend to not to miss this session. In other names, we have, of course, the Ray Dalio, the largest hedge fund in the world. I mean, there's no need to introduce him. Many people know his book. He would be sharing his views on what's happening within this year. Of course, it's a very special year, what the future lies show to us. And we have also amazing, founders, speakers, like we have Neil Shang, legendary VC, who is the managing partner and founder of Sequoia Capital China. That is the VC behind most of successful, or at least a half of successful startups, unicorns, super unicorns from mainland China. And also we also have, of course, all the virtual banks represented from Hong Kong and also Asia, Australia, Europe, everywhere. So virtual banks is a huge topic. We're gonna dive into that. We have Ray Kurzweil. This is the man, also the legend, inventor, world-class expert on artificial intelligence. Will be sharing his views. There's lots of more big names. We have global CEOs of companies like HSBC, Standard Chartered, Fidelity International, amazing speakers like Jim Rogers, who would give his opinion on where you should look into from investment perspective and how technology is changing this environment as well. So I could go on and on and on. You just probably have a look at the website.
These are great names, right? I mean, you're the whole range from Ray Dalio to Jim Rogers, who spent years in Asia, to the governor of the PBOC. The central bank digital currency is the hottest topic around, but that's fundamentally changing how we look at financial services. And then you have the global banks, right? This is the big CEOs of the global banks. You have both sides covered. A lot of people think fintech is just about startups, but this is about real changes in financial services and banking, and that's amazing to see. Another thing that one of the key elements of the Hong Kong FinTech Week is about how we are bringing in insights to mainland China and these phenomenal unicorns, tech giants that are there. You also have a greater China track, right? So we'd love to know about what are these companies that are coming and showcasing themselves and talking about, and what will the audience get to know about the GBA as well?
Yes, absolutely. So obviously, Hong Kong is the gateway to mainland China, and this is our huge and biggest differentiation from any fintech events in the world out there. So we're just next to it, next to Shenzhen. It's just 30 minutes drive from here. And yes, we are leveraging on China's pioneers in tech fin, how they call it, space, where China is basically a championing in terms of innovation and scale of innovation with upcoming IPO of Ant Financial in terms of fintech globally, and we are going to deep dive into that very precisely in details and look at what's happening now in China. What are the new emerging technologies that are emerging there? What are the most exciting companies? We have I think at around 10 unicorns out of China in different areas, especially with the AI. Who are applying these technologies like also blockchain and AI into finance. Of course, we have all these big tech giants like Tencent, Ping An, both CEOs and executives are sharing their experience and their plans and their ambitions on how they want to scale it globally. We have companies like WeBank, which is the world's largest virtual bank with over 100 million customers active. So if you want to understand what's happening in China, if you want to better understand the landscape within China and how these companies are going to scale outside of China, I think that is the best opportunity. As we're also introducing one dedicated track about the Greater Bay Area, which is another super hot topic, which is bringing together Hong Kong, Macau, Guangdong area, and Shenzhen. And we are going to broadcast our event this year for the first time across mainland China through our partners 36KR and Sina Finance. So in addition to 25,000 people that will be watching us globally, we would have around, we expect 200,000 to 300,000 fintech professionals, technologists, investors will be watching the Hong Kong FinTech Week live in mainland China. So I think it's the scale that we never had. And I think that is an amazing opportunity, given that we're a digital event, to really reach out to all these people globally and mainland China.
I mean, that's an amazing stat, right? The 200 to 300,000 people from mainland China plus to 25,000 plus globally. That's amazing. And it's an access that I think Hong Kong's great pitch is not about just access into China, but it's also access for mainland Chinese firms outward. And this is the knowledge that they will gain, they'll understand. And, besides, the startups, the speeches, I know you guys have set up some very interesting things when it comes to networking. Like we were talking about this, why we don't have a virtual background is because we wanted to be a little more warm. Largely Anton, he runs a very warm podcast, which is on the FinTech Hotpot. And we decided to keep this warm without any virtual backgrounds. But you are doing a lot more interesting things with this year's virtual FinTech Week. So how is networking going to take place? Because a lot of people are like, we want to get in touch with people. How will that be possible?
Absolutely. I mean, first of all, I want to say that we took around 6-8 months to really look through all the possible available tools and the best practices of what can we implement to enhance the experience of our attendees, to make it very different from just another Zoom call. So we are introducing this year a brand new digital platform that would reinvent the normal experience of any virtual events you ever attended. So I can assure you that would be a very refreshing and very exciting experience, because we are working with multiple, the team of consisting of computer engineers. We work with digital artists. We work with computer graphic designers and TV professionals, media. We look at all the different areas, so how we can create this amazing experience of watching and participating in an event. But of course, this is the digital event, the virtual event, which hardly can replace the face-to-face meeting. And of course, what we come to the event not just to go to the sessions or hear the speakers, but also it's all about the small chit chats over the coffee, meeting old friends, making new connections at the networking events and drinks. So how we can recreate this at the virtual and in the virtual environment. So we have come up with amazing tool that is based on AI agent that is implemented, because we expect, as I said, 25,000 people will join globally, 300,000 people expected to watch it from mainland China. So how are you going to find the most relevant people that you want to meet? And that's where this AI engine algorithm is helping to really sort out of the thousands of attendees, the most relevant to you, so that you could make this meaningful connection with them during the event. And most importantly, the digital platform allows you to initiate the video meeting one-on-one directly from your app or from your desktop app without even leaving the program and without going to any other third-party app. So it's very, very convenient and designed to really maximize your networking opportunities. And we believe that it will be even more efficient experience than you would have this in a regular event, but we will see.
So look, having organized an event myself, I understand the pains of this, and I feel this is beautiful because it's seamless. It's in one place, right? And you don't have to go and jump around, because that's the main pain, right? You're in the platform, you don't want to go elsewhere. So you're keeping people in there engaged and using technology, using AI, which is the strength. So thank you so much for joining us today and giving us an update on the Hong Kong FinTech Week. To the audience, the Hong Kong FinTech Week is going to be super exciting. We have about 20 days to go exactly from today when we will have the event running. Make use of it, get insights. The Greater Bay Area is the world's most dynamic and innovative area. 70 million people, GDP of 1.5 trillion, expected to go to $3 trillion dollars in 2030, and already has a huge number of unicorns and large tech and financial services giants. Hong Kong as the financial capital of Asia, and Shenzhen as potentially the tech capital of Asia as well. So that's a combination that you can't afford to miss. And Innovation is bringing this to us along with Invest Hong Kong's tremendous support. So thank you all for listening in. And Anton, thanks once again. And go to Hong Kong FinTech Week to check out and get your passes right now. And it'll also be in the link on the video downstairs. So thanks a lot again. Thanks again, Anton.
Thank you, Moshe. Can't wait to all to see you at the event.
Looking forward to it. Thank you.
Thank you.